You're watching the Mic Check, on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hello and welcome everybody to this week's Mic Check. This week, we're really lucky to have Elaine Clark with us. Elaine Clark has spent nearly 40 years immersed in the voiceover business as an actor, author, app creator, director, coach, audio engineer, producer, casting director, owner of Voice One, and founder of Voice One Training in San Francisco, the very first full-time voiceover school. Her best-selling book, There's Money Where Your Mouth Is, now in its 4th edition, is used as a textbook in colleges and universities and with voice actors around the world. The two apps she created are designed to improve diction, breath support, resonance, melody, and precision. Activate Your Voice is an effective and powerful 5-minute voice warm-up. Adding melody to your voice includes a 16-minute training video, word emphasis chart, and an interactive practice area where you can listen, record, and play back your recordings. You can see Elaine on screen as the futuristic game show host in the movie Sorry to Bother You. Gamers can hear her as the dispatcher in Mafia 3. Over her long career, she's recorded hundreds of commercials, narrations, and toys. She's cast, directed, and/or performed in close to 100 video games, a couple anime series, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Saikano, ADR/looped several movies such as Super 8, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Master, and Titan AE, and narrated a handful of audiobooks. Elaine is thrilled to have trained and launched the careers of thousands of voice actors, and we're extremely lucky to have her with us today. Elaine, time is yours.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. So that explains a little bit about me. So I've been around for a long time. So I was a theater major and then got into voiceovers in 1980. And there was no training available, and I just had to put it all together. And that's why it just took a long time for that to happen. So what I did is developed a school and started bringing in other people to try to get all this process down. So I'm just sending over a tag for you right now. And that's why I want to hear everyone just read it once. I wanted to start with a short. I wanted to hear what you guys were doing first to see what will be appropriate. And then I just want to see what your natural tendencies are. So if you can, I just sent it over right now. I was hoping that, and I know in Skype you can just add it in. You can see it on the side, but maybe you can't. Can you add it into the chat area
Well, Nathan's getting it together right now. He's probably.
Yeah. We'll have that. We'll have that pasted.
I'll have another one for us later. I just want to go through a couple of them, but I wanted to start with that. So, and then I'll just what I'm going to do is just take notes, and then tell you as we. Well, no, it's going to be too. That's going to be too difficult. Okay, what I'll do is as you read it, I'm going to tell you what I hear that works and what needs to be improved. And then when we do another round of it, hopefully as we're going through, some people will learn from it. So I have a thing when people are working, I don't want the same person going first all the time. I don't want the same person going last all the time either. And that way you have, you just have different, I don't know. That way it's interesting when you're the first one, and it's interesting when you're the last. So so go ahead and did you get that one yet? So this is going to be for Golden Fields Bread. And one of the things I want you guys to think about is you don't just read words, you tell a story. And there are different stories that you can tell with the words. So I want to hear, if I hear a story, what's working, what's not working, what can be improved. So let me know if that has been received.
Yep, it's just been posted up.
I just posted it in the chat.
Everybody has a copy.
Okay, great. So I could put something in the chat, I suppose, or is there? Oh, there it is in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put it in the chat. Someone else can put it in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, if you email it to us, we'll make sure it gets to everybody.
Okay, and that goes into the Google Docs, which is another. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I see what you're doing. Okay. So this is all new to me, how you guys are working. Okay. But it's all good now. Okie dokie. So let's just take turns, and whoever wants to go first, maybe what I'll do is I'll just, how it's on the screen for me. We'll just, with Dan, we'll start with Dan, and then Tim's on deck. It may be a different configuration on your screen, but this makes it easier for me, but no one log off because it's going to make everyone flip around.
All right. So Dan,
Totally messed up.
Dan, whenever you're ready, go for it.
All right. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like?
Okay. What's missing from that, and I'm just going to tell you what's missing, and then we're going to address it and how to fix it, okay? Opinion is missing. And we'll get back to it later. I'm just going to say that's what I hear right off the bat. Okay, so Tim, everyone's just going to read it once, and then we'll learn how to fix it and improve it, okay?
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, so I'm going to backtrack just a little bit with Dan, because what I could hear is it had a nice tempo to it, a nice vocal quality to it. So I said I was going to say something good, and also there's something that needs to be improved. Well, don't go yet, Michael. But anyway, so with Tim, I heard great pipes, but the pipes were overshadowing the product.
Got it.
I was just listening to you rather than, so you're the star rather than the product.
Don't want to be the star. Got it.
Yeah. So we want to do that. And that's the thing is when you have pretty pipes, it happens easier. That's why people who come from the radio background have probably heard of that's part of the radio thing. So there are ways of working on that. Okay, then Michael.
Well, convenient. I'm up next.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, so again, it has a really pretty quality. It's smooth. It's as far as editing, it's really nice. But it was sort of faux sincerity.
Okay.
Sincerity. So, but it was doing everything right. But what we have to do is how does it connect with us and our heart and our gut? And that's really what we're working on a higher level of rather than just saying words, how can we get it to that special place? And that's a place that it's very easy to go, especially you just got the copy, you're reading it for the first time, but we're professional cold readers. So there you have it. So, okay, let's go with Richard.
All right. I'm checked to make sure I'm not muted.
No, you're not. I hear you.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with golden wheat. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, that's great. So what I heard that I liked was the folksy quality in your voice. But what I was thinking about is why. Why are you saying these words? So, but it wasn't so much that I was thinking about the vocal quality with the folksy, but why are you telling me this now? So what's the purpose? So why is the purpose of it? And the purpose can never be just because you are given the script. But it was in the right vein. Everyone's in the right vein, but now it's like, how do you book the jobs more often is what we're trying to get to. Okay. Sorry, Leonard, is that how you say it?
I go by Leonard.
Okay, Leonard, but it's like a T in the end, or is it bad?
Yeah.
Leonard. Okay, there you go.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, so I like the casualness of it. I'm missing the problem that you're solving. So we have to talk about what problem are you solving? It was on the verge of it, but it didn't quite get there. So we'll talk about that in a little while. Okay, and now Anthony. Now you guys could write all that stuff down because this will be helpful to you is because one of the things I think you need to do is have a checklist of things that you do as well as other people do, because whatever someone else does, you're probably going to do the same thing at some point too, just depending on the script. Okay, Anthony.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like?
Okay, so you have an interesting, I like that you have kind of a quirky voice, so it's going to stand out. I mean, quirky in a good way. so this is kind of funny. Sometimes when you give direction in voiceover, it sounds mean, but it's not. It's actually a compliment. So
I think it's
watch out with falling off your story at the end, because how you end it lets us know how we should feel. And it kind of tapered off there at the end. So you need to watch out for that. Okay, Frank.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Yeah. So you're going to have to deal with that radio voice.
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
it's-
it's my voice. That's it.
I know, but there are ways of changing it based on story and problem. Yeah. But that's what you're going to have to deal with the whole time. Certain things is going to be right in the pocket, wonderful, great for promos of certain types. But when they want it real, you have to muck it up a little bit more. So, and then, and I'm sure this is stuff you've heard before. It's like some people have to work on making it more like yours, and other people have to work on doing less. So part of that is the next time you read, I want you to do stuff, move your body in weird ways so that you're going to muck it up. And everyone can write this down. Or perfect is boring. And so it was a little too perfect. Yeah. And so we need to have some of the imperfections, because if you're too perfect, we can't relate to you. And it's a reflection on us and our imperfection. So then we just start, sort of going down this little well of depression. Like, oh no, I'll never be that good. So that's part of our issue. Okay, let's go with Janet.
Me, Janet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Had to get New Orleans out of you.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay. And I think that you should have a little bit more of a casual read, because your voice is there and it's got a little rasp to it.
Okay.
So, but I think it was just a little too selly.
Okay.
So one of the things is the words are already selly.
Okay.
So you never want to put sell on top of sell.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what, and we'll work on ways to do that too.
Okay. Okay.
So, and what I probably will do is then have someone else work on something of, like just going down the list of these different issues and showing how to solve it, not necessarily with the person who I talk to you about. So that way sometimes it's easier to observe when you have an issue. If someone else do it and go, oh, now I see, rather than being in it. So, because you're out of the hot seat. Okay, Russ.
Okay.
Hello. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay. And I think that what I hear is your voice is kind of splitting the difference between one direction or the other, but hasn't committed in one way, whether it wants to be folksy or whether it wants to be more on the verge of a promo, more announcery. So it's somewhere in the middle, but I can't define it.
Is that a bad place?
Not necessarily. I mean, everything's about a script and about opinions, and everyone has a different choice of what they want. But my philosophy is it's better to make a real strong commitment that's incorrect than a safe commitment that puts you in the bulk of the pack. Because the majority, 80% of the people are going to play it safe. 10% are going to suck, and the other 10% are going to be brilliant. So we want to be in the top 10% of brilliant. And so I think it would then fall into the pack because it hadn't really made that commitment. So I could hear, and there's a kind of a haze in your voice that is kind of cool. That's nice. It's going to be harder for certain jobs, but it's kind of nice in a commercial because a dispersed sound is nice in an ad. So.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Okay, Nathan.
Making sure I'm unmuted.
Okay, you were making noise there.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay, and there's a real quality to your voice that I like, but your story wasn't defined enough. It was on the verge, but not quite there. So we'll talk about stories in a little while. Okay, Devin.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with golden fields, whole wheat bread. Golden fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay. And it's okay to make errors. We don't care about that because it's so easy to edit them out. It's all just hot air that we do. One of the things that I think that you need to embrace a little bit more on your voice is sort of a mom nurturing quality, because that's a commitment. So, and I feel like you're kind of trying to avoid it. So I think once you just kind of embrace it, that you probably book more. Because right now it was just information more on a business level than on a family level for this particular script. You can save that other voice for corporate because we don't want the mom there at that time. Okay. Someone left, so it's changed order. So I'll just go.
I'm keeping track. Don't worry. John would be next.
Okay, great.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay, good. I think that it has a nice quality. You need to warm it up. Yeah, so that because you're talking about family. So that just means knowing your target audience and then adjusting how you use the microphone, what area of the voice you want to use in order to approach that script the way that's going to reach that target audience the most. So it's not so much that you're a dad voice, but just more warming it up. So it's, like you're at home and it's a good day with the kids rather than they're throwing things and throwing up or something. So, so there we go. Okay. Who's next?
Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay, good. You have a real sound, which is nice, but you go too fast. So you want to roll the words around in your mouth a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And have a trick up your sleeve. I'm just writing this down so I can remember it. So that's why having a secret is really important that no one else knows. And that's what's going to make it come alive. So it's missing that little twinkle.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. And
Takia, did you want to read today or? Takia? Guess not. That would be everybody then.
All right.
So everyone's had a chance. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here she comes.
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Field whole wheat bread. Golden Field, what morning should taste like.
There you go. Yeah. And I think that you have a nice smile in your voice, and just and what you'll have to work on is just speeding it up a little bit. And there's ways to do it with using your body through gestures and whatnot. So that's an important thing. But thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
And that's everybody.
Okay, great. So
Except
let's just
you.
start. Well, except for me. How would
Except for
this
you.
go? Okay, if you want me to read it. Well, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like. So
Like that.
What was that?
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Sure. Okay.
So what we're trying to get to is the closest thing to us. So there are a few different stories in this script that we have to look at. And I think you have to look at things from the story rather than just the words. So in the beginning of it, we have tomorrow morning, because what happened today, we messed up. We didn't do it right. We sent our kid to school with a bowl of cereal, but we didn't give him toast. So if this says that it's a TV commercial, I mean, I wrote all these scripts, but they're based on real stuff and we've seen them. But so now it's going to be, if it's a campaign, they're probably going to have 3 different visuals of what will happen. One might be, the kid rushing off to school, catching the bus, and then going to sleep in class, or getting a bad grade. If it's the business thing, it'll have the person giving a PowerPoint presentation in front of a group and it's going miserably. A big why, because they didn't have bread. If it's going to be in a friends, like a group of friends together, chit-chatting, the other one's just looking out the window and not paying attention. They have to go, hello, hello. Why? Because they didn't have bread. So it's showing that you messed up. So they're trying to approach it in a way that says, look, do you want this to happen to your life? So what I really didn't hear in anyone was the moment before, the problem that's before. And the problem gives the opinion of what we were talking about. So that just, so it says, well, tomorrow morning, start your day. So it's also telling us when we want to eat it. Well, tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning. We have a few different ways to say it, but we want them to eat bread in the morning. Start your day with this wonderful cereal, this wonderful bread. And then the pictures, so it will then, we'll have the product shown on the screen. Go on the second time we say Golden Fields, and we say what morning should taste like. Then, because we speed up time, if it's the kid is very attentive and raising their hand with the answer. They're sitting up upright, taking notes. If it's the business person, they are now, like on fire doing their PowerPoint presentation. If it's about the friends, they're carrying on the conversation and they're leading the pack. So we have to show the bad to the good, and that's called the arc of the story. So we have to get that arc in. So I think that's what is going to help with the opinion. So there are ways that you can do it through rolling your eyes, through thinking about, oh my God, this is terrible. Having some sort of gesture that you're going to relate to that just sort of says, I should have had a V8, So we've seen those commercials where the people are in the elevator or whatever, they're at an angle. And then after they have the V8, they can stand up straight and they walk out of that elevator like everything's good. So yeah. It's the same thing with this. They're showing us how if we don't use that product, our life is going to be terrible. But if you just say, it's already good, here's some other good stuff, you're not solving a problem. And advertising is there to solve a problem. I mean, years ago, and this is in the 90s, I was in a bunch of Amazon.com spots. I'm not in any of them, nor is anyone else. Why? Because it's like we don't have to have ads for Kleenex either. We just know that it's there. So if they don't have to say use us, they're not going to have ads. But if something wrong is happening and people aren't using the product, they have to then make us aware and say you either have to change what you're doing, or you have to, and in order to change what you're doing, you need to be aware of what you're doing wrong. And so they're going to create a story in this short little period of time. So that's why we never read words. We tell a story. And that's how you need to approach the script from that vantage point. Now, the stories can also change. Some people would say what morning should taste like, but there are other stories in that sentence too. It could be what mornings should taste like, what mornings should taste like, or what mornings should taste like. There are 3 different stories in that final sentence. So that's why, and that's why I look at it. If I get a script like this to audition for and say, what story is best? And I am only going to be right 50% of the time. And that's why I was saying that, Don't play it safe. Be willing to be wrong, because my career started with making wrong choices. And the same will be true with you and getting jobs, that if you make a strong choice that's incorrect for that script, they'll keep you in mind for another script where that is the correct choice. But they'll never keep you in mind for average.
Okay.
So that's kind of heady information, but that's where you need to go with: be willing to be wrong, be willing to be imperfect, and forget about the voice and just think about, I'm telling a story for you to change or be aware of what's going on. So therefore, we are helping someone rather than selling something,
Okay.
because we never sell. Because whenever we're told to do something, we do the opposite. We get really stubborn. So, so that's what I meant by opinion. My opinion then comes with the story. It just, and the story will be, and I want everyone to choose one of those three scenarios. Either the kid's not doing well in school, the business person's not doing well at their PowerPoint presentation, or the friends getting together are not, that person's not being engaged with them. But at the end, they have successes. So that's the arc of the story. I don't care which one it is, but I want everyone to then, as we read through it again, have one of those choices. And then you see it, because we're only as good as our imagination. And if our imagination isn't good, it's just words on a page. And then as far as the product being the star, one of the things I do is I use hand gestures. So to either like Golden Fields whole wheat bread. I want to show where it is. I'm going to, if I want to stretch it out, I'll use two hands. If I just want to show, if I have it in my hand, I'm about to eat it, I'll know where that product is, rather than it's nowhere around. I'm just reading words. So you have to create this 3D world that you live in and be able to point to everything and work with stuff. So that way you're being a little dangerous, because in the picture, that loaf of bread may not be on the right, it may be on the left. And you pointed with your right hand. So that's why they're going to want you to read it a whole bunch of different ways. I mean, good ones. So then with sincerity, we don't, no one really cares about this bread, and I made up this product anyway, that when with the sincerity, we can get behind, I messed up, I need to do better, right? We all know that. Getting behind a loaf of bread or a slice of bread in the morning, we can't really get behind. It's just bread. I mean, there's some bread that's delicious, and then the other bread is just, I didn't have anything else to eat, and I was hungry. So that's where also I went into the why, the purpose of it. So the purpose of it is going to be based on different kinds of styles. Now, in my book, I have it under I don't know how many have copies of it, but I don't have to look at it right now, but I have a whole page, and it was in the last version as well, but I don't think it was in the one from the 90s, but it was with different types of styles. So this is a storyteller script that is creating an image for the product that says it's warm and fuzzy and it's family oriented. And I want to make you aware of this, and we're branding it at the same time. It is retail because it's this other thing, and we want it kind of real person. So there are a whole bunch of different jobs you have to do here with the script rather than just read it. So that's why the more people who get close to the finished product, the better it's going to be. So So then the other endings. Always, almost every ad ends with a smile. Only time you drop the smile is if you're talking about the competition and it's a throwaway. So you're going, well, our product is good, but theirs really isn't. Then I'm going to drop the smile. But this is saying what mornings should taste like. So you want to nod, you want to smile, you want to connect with the person. You want to have a gesture. You want to keep the smile going for another 3 to 5 seconds after you've finished. So, but with our reading conditioning, we like to stop right on the word or a couple words before. So it just trails off. I see a few people nodding their heads and laughing. So it's like, so it's very common, isn't it, Michael?
Well, it's actually that's something that we've been sort of going over fairly regularly lately. It's we call it pushing back the finish line. So the finish line happens long after the script is the words are done, meaning that you keep up your performance even afterwards. So yeah, same idea.
What I did in the early days is I would move my period to the end of the sentence, end of the line, so that I would know to keep on going. So it was a visual thing. So it would help me. I know we're all reading off of a Google Doc right now, but this is where it just became, I had to then keep on going and pushing through, but this is also where a gesture can help. You have to find the little tricks that work for you in order to make it keep on going. And this is where you're also saying something to a person and you want to know what their reaction is going to be. So like, even as I'm saying something to you, I'm seeing people go, or or laughing, or going, I've got to keep on working on my script because I'm scared. Whatever it is, there's activity going on after I've finished a thought or taking notes. So that's why I have to look and see what you guys are up to see whether this is landing in my thought, that I'm not, as I'm just reading, as I'm saying things off the cuff. So we know the difference between radio and TV as far as having a radio read and, the perfection of the radio DJ kind of read. But this is TV. We're supporting the picture. See it, feel it, say it. You can even write that down. So you got to feel it, see it, say it, rather than just hope that you're going to feel and see it after you started talking. So this is where, and the more you can think of problematic people in your life that you care about enough to change and become better, the more you're going to get irony and sarcasm, which are wonderful aspects of ads, because we can't get angry, because we're going to lose. Instead, we're going to have that, what mornings should taste like. Like, see, you idiot, I told you to eat bread and you failed your test. So that's it. So now you think of so I want everyone to take a moment right now to write down one of their idiot friends. You don't have to share it with anyone. You don't have to say their name.
Michael. Oh, wait.
Oh, is that the name you're giving? Okay, you can just use Michael for everything. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes we're the idiots too, right? Like I can think of, sometimes I'll just talk to the mirror about myself. I go, I want to make sure that I don't forget this one thing to take to work tomorrow, take to the studio. So I put it by the door, and then the next morning I get irritated because that thing's in my way and kick it out of the way. And then I realize, oh, what an idiot. Why did I do that? But that's what our life is based on. And that's why that attitude is so important in our reads. We want to make sure that we can get to that realistic attitude that's not perfect, that then we can say, that's just like me. Oh my gosh. If this idiot can buy this bread, then I can buy this bread. Because, wow, how did that happen? And that's how we have to connect with the audience. And perfection removes us from the audience. And that's where we just sort of go, I'll never aspire to that. It's beyond my capabilities. I can never do that. And so that's why imperfection is great. So yeah.
I have a somewhat related question. It has to do more with the type of roles that I do get cast for, which I get a lot of character accenty type roles. So like a script like this, which is pretty straightforward, I don't usually use my own voice, I'll pick some other character voice, and sometimes it's hard to know what voice to pick. And I'm sure Nathan runs into this, and other character people run into this, where my voice doesn't always get cast. Sometimes it's just one of the other voices in my head.
Okay, you should never start with a voice. The voice should bubble up on its own. If you start with a voice, it doesn't have a place to go. It just is a voice. Instead, what you want to do is, if I have contorted my body, and then I'm going, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. It just started doing it because I contorted my shoulder. But if I go, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. So that's because I just moved a different way. If I go, oh, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. I can do that now, but I'm just letting the body make the voice rather than my brain making it, sending the message, and then the words I can't relate to anymore. So just make the shape of the body, see what sound comes out, and then go with that. That's really what it's all about. And that's what we're also dealing with is trust. Because because at first we go like, we have I call it the great divide between our logical side of our brain and our creative side of our brain. Our creative side of our brain is afraid to come out and play. And the logical brain says, I'll take over, but I'm not rooted in truth. And I connect to your emotions, but I'll still do it. So now we have to deal with that every day. And we need the logical side of our brain. Otherwise, we're going to put our hand on the fire and it hurts. We know not to do that or walk out into traffic, although some people still do that. So, so we want to then get the emotion going first. And that's why you want to scramble your brain to begin with. And that's why some people were saying that they were doing improv. Improv is so crucial to this business. So crucial to how to go about how to take that gamble. And before an improv show, improvisers practice sometimes a half an hour to hour before going on stage so that their brain is scrambled. So we have to scramble our brain enough to trust that we can actually read the words and this message is going to be there. But we don't give ourselves permission sometimes to do that. Yes?
Is that what you meant by I didn't hear the opinion in my read?
Yeah.
That was a very first read.
Yeah,
it was
because
a
they were
logical
pretty
read.
words. It was a logical read. Yeah, it was a logical read. It was a correct read. So the part that has analyzed the script has done it correctly. The part that feels about it didn't come out and play.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
that's
sense.
why it was, yeah. And then you have all these different emotions and different reactions that you have based on someone screwing up. And that's your personal stamp that makes your read different from somebody else's. And that's where you have to start listening to ads that are good and hearing what their opinions are. And also the same thing with doing characters for video games or toys or characters for commercials too. Is the Geico gecko pompous because it just wants to be pompous, or because in the course of growing up as a gecko, that it learned how to be a better gecko than other people. And now people should just aspire to be as good, So there's a story that goes behind it. And that's why history is so important to our work. The history of our characters, the history of these stories. So we don't just read words. We tell a story and we start adding our own personal history into that story. And that's what's going to get it out of the radio read and that perfect voice, or the voice that's out there. Because I know that, if I used a radio read on my husband, hello, honey, what's for dinner? He would just go, are you okay? It's like, what, should we go out to a movie tonight or stay home? You just go, come back, join me when you can, it'll be okay. So
when you say scramble your brain, is that the logical side you're talking about scrambling?
Yeah, you got to scramble the logical side. So the creative side that's afraid to come out and play will come out and play and connect with you emotionally.
And why would it come out if the logical side's scrambled? Why would that make the other side come out?
Because the creative side is afraid to come out. The creative side is afraid of failure. And so it allows the logical side to take over. Now, not with everyone. There are certain movie stars who have gotten themselves in trouble on numerous occasions because the creative side is stronger than the logical side, and they tend to be in the news quite a bit. So, I mean, the logical side is important for us to live our daily lives, but we have to get to that emotional side that tells a story, that that doesn't sell a product, that solves someone's personal issue. So let's just go back to the kid. If the kid does poorly in school, why would the mom or the dad be upset with that child? This is the why. So why would they be upset with that child?
Because he's screwing up his life.
And then what does that mean to the parent then?
That's a reflection on them.
Well, it means that they'll never leave home.
That's
and
true.
they'll have to pay for them the rest of their life. That's one scenario.
That's the
Can
one.
you get behind that now? Are you starting to feel something, people with children? So now, as soon as you start feeling, because that means you've connected to the copy. If they do poorly in school, and let's say that you have a sibling who's competitive, and their child is going to Yale, and your child is flunking 5th grade, then who's winning? So maybe it's about competition. Maybe it's about, we've all gone to, well, maybe not all, we have a Canadian here, Thanksgiving meals, and then there's if you have groups of family together, there's some dynamics that happen, right? Some of it that we know, some of that we don't, some of it's good, some of it we go, whoop, there it goes again, So, but that's part of our history based on this story. If the person doesn't do well in business, what does that mean? Losing the house, marriage may fall apart, loss of respect. I mean, there are all these other issues that would be, that this bread is solving that problem. So that's why we got to get to the root of the issue, not just selling something. And that's what advertisers are paid the big bucks to do. Now, some of the pay-to-play site stuff that someone has just handwritten their own stuff and not thought about it hasn't gone this deep, but other people have. The big advertising agencies have. And with movie stars doing a lot of the work, they understand this because that's what they do all the time when they're in film. So anyway, but that's it. So, and so when you're solving a problem, it will naturally not be too selly, because this is something that you want to write down, is the words are not important. And that's really hard for voice actors. Really hard. The message is important. Changing someone's life in a positive way is important. And how they wrote the words is really not that important. But we still have to read them. We have to make them our own. And that's what it's called, lifting the words off the page. And that's our job, of lifting them. So, and then the other comment I said was just rolling the words around in your mouth. So one way to do that is you can go like tomorrow. Everyone just go tomorrow. It's so great to watch you guys do that in mute form. So cute. Anyway, but you can do that. No, exactly. But we're lateral speakers, so we don't like to open our mouths. So we go tomorrow, tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning. So this is also why there are, for dealing with technical things like resonance, articulation, etc. That's why I created the 5-minute app, Activate Your Voice. For knowing how to use your body, that's why I created Adding Melody to Your Voice. And so that comes with a 16-minute video to watch, and then learn how each little hand gesture impacts the read, so that you can connect your gestures with your words. And that's just taken from like 4 pages of the book, that's just come to life just off of like 4 or 5 pages. So anyway, so what I want you to do right now is on your somewhere on your desk, or whatever, maybe not on your desk, especially if it's not your desk, but just, or a little post-it note or whatever, just write what story you want to tell. And let's go back through and just read this story again. And maybe we'll start, because everyone has, now we have a list of all the people. Let's just start about halfway through the list with Frank and go all the way down, and then we'll end with Anthony. How's that? So, but I want you to write down that story that you want to tell first, and let's see whether or not we hear a story or we just hear words. But remember, there's a problem, and how do you react to a problem? How do you move your body? What do you do? Do you roll your eyes? Do you shake your head no? Do you shrug your shoulders? Do a physicality that connects with a feeling of like, you screwed up, dude. And then get to, so that you get to the good stuff at the end with a solution and say, see how your life has changed? Okay, so here you go. So everyone's written something down, and now just watch the other people and let's listen and see how far it goes. Okay, try it.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like?
That was a better story, wasn't it? Yeah, the only thing that I would want to change is that a couple times we're a little bit beggy. It was, I didn't hear a radio voice. I heard beautiful vibes.
And by the way, we do have Thanksgiving in Canada.
Oh, good. Hallelujah. So, so is it called Indigenous? No, that's
no, it's called Thanksgiving. We just do it in October. We do it earlier than you guys so we can show you how it's done right.
I see. And what town are you in Canada?
It's a city. It's called Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. There you go. Winnipeg, beautiful. So, okay, great. So now I want you to do it one more time. And thanks for my correction, because it's always good to know what's going on in the world. And now I know why it's in October, so that you can beat us to the punch. So, yeah. Okay. So, but I want you to not let the, I don't want to call it whiny voice, but the voice that can be interpreted as a loser, and a loser just like is a little bit, can go Golden Fields whole wheat bread. See how that can be like, you're never going to do it, are you, dude? So Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Your shoulders are your friend. Shrug a lot.
All right.
Right.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like?
Now, once you go, what mornings should taste like, and do your hand like that. Just do the last line.
What morning should taste like?
There you go. Much better. Now, you didn't have time to figure out why I said just go like that, did you? You just did it.
Yeah.
That's called muscle memory. That's why what we have to do is create the muscle memory within our body so that it just does the thing that we do every day when we're talking to people, when we gesture. But we forget to do that when we're reading someone else's words.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was so much better. That was so much more real.
Okay,
so that's why learning how to use the body is really crucial. You know, because the wonderful sounds will come out of, and once you learn how to play the instrument. Great, excellent, thank you. But much improved, much improved. Okay, so let's go to Janet. Maybe not. Okay, let's go to, oh, there you are.
I'm here. Okay. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
All right. Yesterday sucked. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
There you go. That was real. That was real. It's honest.
Okay.
Yeah. But it takes longer to get to that emotional place, to that story, than it does just to reading the words. Now, the only thing that I would want you to do, but it's not imperative that you do, is that you change where you take your breath. You did it that time from after the second Golden Fields. You took your breath there.
Mm-hmm.
Change it to after you say the first Golden Fields whole wheat bread, and that's where I want you to breathe.
After I say, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Say it after the first Golden Fields whole wheat bread.
Yeah, I want to change where it is and just see how you react to that. So, but keep the same story. Now, here's the other thing for people who are in the theater. Usually when direction is given, it's like being in a play. The first day of a play, I mean, opening night, no one knows how the audience is going to react. So it's a surprise, and it's like you're just reacting to all the stuff for the first time. On day 2 of the play, you're anticipating where those laughs or the anger or whatever is going to happen in the play, and because you've anticipated, they're not there. The third day, you're confused, and then you just let whatever happens, and after that you realize it's all over the place every single time. So usually with direction, when you've done something well, then you comment on it, you give direction. 50% of the time it doesn't do as well, and the one after that does okay, because that's just what we do. So I think that's something also interesting for us to know about ourselves, because we have a part of our brain going, well, I like that. They like this. Why am I changing this? What's this? I hope this is good. It goes through this little process inside. And then after that, we go, I didn't like that. I'm not saying this is going to happen. And then you go, well, now I'm totally lost. And then you do the thing that you want again. So I've set you up now to, with pressure. Having said that, but now you can either be good or you can fail, and it doesn't matter, because you're either making a point or you're going to prove me wrong. So whichever one. So the only thing I want you to do is breathe between the bread.
All right. Let's see. Wait, I got to think. I'm thinking about yesterday's sucking. I'm sorry. Hold on. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, what did you guys think? The one before it or this one better? The one before, right?
Yeah,
the one before. But I knew it. But that's what I'm anticipating. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that directors anticipate.
Yeah, okay.
It's just how we're built.
Yeah. So the next one should be spot on.
Now you're confused. But now I can already tell by how you're holding your body, you're confused. Perfect. We spend half our life confused.
All my life.
Yeah, if you have it together all the time, why bother doing the thing that you're doing? You've already done it.
Right.
So go ahead now and just do it now. But I don't want you to breathe after the second Golden Fields. Just have it keep on going.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
That was good. That was nice. So I think that the first one and the third one were good. And now, if this was like a SAG-AFTRA job, and this is going to be a national spot that we're going to play, we'll probably do 25 more versions of it.
No problem.
Yeah, because we're going to try to find more truth, get your brain scrambled more. Try to figure out other nuances, and then as you're doing it, little emotions and memories will bubble up to the top, and you'll start playing around with it in a way that that confidence comes in, and it's not like I have to perform now because it's my time to talk in the box right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great. And so Russ.
All right.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a couple bits. Don't emphasize should. I want you to go with taste like. So rather than what morning should taste like, what morning should taste like. See what happens. Now I'm going to, because that's also what a director would do, is they would change the word that you would emphasize. So go with the word taste. And I want you to start out, before you do it, shake your head no and roll your eyes, and then say tomorrow morning. Okay? Just go like, see what happens.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
There you go. That was nice, wasn't it? Could you guys hear the difference there? So that sounded more believable and real. You look confused. Perfect. That's exactly where we need to be. So that also goes from, in the book I mentioned that there are 4 levels of learning. First, you're consciously incompetent, then you're consciously incompetent. Let me see, you're unconsciously incompetent, consciously incompetent, then consciously competent, and then unconsciously competent. When we don't know if what we did was good or bad, that's where we need to be. And that's why we like to be consciously competent and in that safe zone, because our logical side of the brain says this is it. When you finish, you sort of then went, I don't know. Perfect. Those are usually great because you don't have a way to reference it. And then since you don't have a way to reference it, we have to, put that on us to figure out, which is then awesome. That was a really nice, so it was nice read. You took the direction and it went in another direction just by emphasizing another word. Yeah, because it's a different story to tell. Awesome.
Sort of like music does that, right? You know,
yeah.
You hear a song and it means one thing to you and another thing to another person. Is that what you're saying?
Right, right. Yeah, because we're finding a different tune. Yeah, every script has a different tune.
Yeah.
And so so one tune could be, tomorrow morning, start your day with golden fields, whole wheat bread. Golden fields, what morning should taste like. But, and that's one tune. But then another one would be tomorrow morning, start your day with golden fields, whole wheat bread. That's another tune. So you got to figure out what that tune is. And this is where we're going to get it wrong. But you then have a tune, not just words on a page. So that's what's really crucial. So we want to get it away from just words on a page. So that's awesome. Let's go to Nathan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with golden fields, whole wheat bread. Golden fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is notice that there, besides the product name, that there is a repetitive word called morning. Morning and mornings. So in the message, they're telling you when you should eat bread. So tomorrow morning, I want you on this read to go with more of the mornings. Don't emphasize the should on the and let's just see what happens.
Okay.
So let's say that the person just ate bread in the evening, but they don't do it in the morning. So now that's your target audience. So no, dude, you can have bread for breakfast. Really? Blew my mind. Try it.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with golden fields, whole wheat bread. Golden fields, what mornings should taste like.
There you go. Now it solved a problem. Before it didn't really solve a problem. Now it's telling us when to eat. So that's another choice of how to read the copy. So great. There's so many different ways. And I think we get stuck on just, so there's one way to do it, but figure out what problem are you solving? Why are you doing it this way? Very important. Okay, good. So let's go to Devin.
Look, kiddo, tomorrow morning, did I not? Am I unmuted?
No. Oh, I just don't see. There you go.
I covered the camera instead.
Oh, okay.
Look, kiddo, tomorrow morning, start your day with golden fields whole wheat bread. Golden fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, I'm going to change your story because it sounded like that child would never take your direction. Do you have children?
I don't have kids, no.
Do you have pets?
I would probably have no authority if I did. Yeah, I have a dog.
Do you baby talk to your dog sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, admit it. How many people with pets talk baby talk?
Yeah.
It's in the rule book. Yeah. You have to do it. So this is what I want your story to be. Put your hand close to your heart. Give yourself a hug the whole time. I want you to look at your dog sleeping on the ground and think, what an adorable dog. What's your dog's name?
Oh, Bookie.
What is it?
Bookie.
Bookie?
Bookie.
Oh, okay. Just look at him sleeping and just go, oh, tomorrow morning, start your day. I just want to give you a loaf of bread. No chocolate, just bread. Hug, hug, hand on heart. Give yourself a hug the whole time.
Okay. Oh, Boogie. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields.
I want you
What
to slow
morning
it down.
should taste like.
Really, really slow it down. I want you to get to love. I love you so much. I want you to eat bread. Carbs are good.
Slow.
I want you to go tomorrow morning. Gosh, I love you so much, Buki. You're so adorable. But keep your hand here the whole time. Little tiny gestures. Maybe cock your head to the side. Tomorrow morning.
All right, Buki. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields. What morning should taste like.
Why don't you go what mornings should taste like? Play with the word taste. Just do that last line. Do a pickup.
What morning should taste like.
Just now.
What morning
give yourself a hug when you say the word taste. What morning should taste like.
Should taste like.
Yeah, because now we're going to sell taste as opposed to mornings.
Okay.
But that was the nurturing, warm quality that I wanted to hear in your voice, but it wasn't there in the other read. So go ahead and start developing that character. We all have characters that we have to develop. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Good, thank you. And John.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay. Have you ever, I'm going to give you a different story.
All right.
Have you ever been in a bar?
No.
I mean, you can say, no, you've never been in a bar?
No, well, I've infrequently, yes.
Okay. Have you ever talked to someone who you might be attracted to in that bar?
From maybe.
Maybe. It's
Yeah.
okay. That's why they were invented. So so now I want you to use these lines as a pickup line at the bar. See what happens.
All right.
See what happens. Go.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
That's a story. And we liked it, didn't we? So it was more interesting. Had nothing to do with the bread, but you had a story that goes along with it. So we can talk to a dog. We can go use it as a pickup line. So it didn't sound like the perfect voice, the pretty voice. There was a story there. So that's what we are storytellers. And that's what we have to figure out what that story is. So that's where you want to get beyond just words on a page. So, well, that was good. I like that.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, and then we go to Joe.
TC.
Good.
Hey, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay, and then I want this one to be that you just got a new, the person you're talking to just lost their job, and this is your suggestion on how to get a new job.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
There you go. That's a story.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Cool.
Good. Nice. Good job. Okay. Now where we are. Dakia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Field whole wheat bread. Golden Field, what morning should taste like.
That was a much better story than the one before. Good job. Good job. So
Thanks.
I want you to do something. Can you see me at all?
Yeah.
You can.
Mhm.
I want you to do this. Can you make your hands go like this?
In a circle motion?
Yeah, circular motion. Can you do this?
Okay.
Okay, can you read the whole spot just doing that? Do it
I
again.
can give it a shot.
Why not?
Tomorrow morning, start your day with golden field whole wheat bread. Golden field, what morning should taste like.
There you go. That was nice. It just it's a message, just sort of just speed it along and then give it
Okay.
some action. So you followed what the body was doing, and it took what you did before, but it just sped it up a little bit.
Okay.
So good deal. Thanks.
Thanks.
Then we'll go to Dan.
Yay. You had a rough day today, didn't you? Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
I'm really glad that you did it the way you just did. You gave it a handle, but it sounds like you were told by along the way to give something a handle. So you did it logically, but you didn't do it emotionally.
Okay.
And that's the handles are good, but you need to make them love handles. So that just means you need to have some emotion that goes along with it. So rather than just a handle. Yeah. And also try not to hurt yourself.
Do you mind if I just do my natural accent real quick? Because it usually helps with my reads.
I like your natural voice, but I want you to do this before you start. Just give yourself sort of bleh and just sort of body pop and just start talking. Go whoa and then start talking. Sorry, just go like this and then start talking.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Yeah, I like it. So it's just a little more laid back. So part of it is like the thinking, whatever, just leaving off some sounds, right? So you've been working on trying to get the ending sounds, right? And where are you from?
Texas. I live in Texas.
And what area?
West Texas. Out in the middle of nowhere, the desert.
Well, I mean, I grew up in Louisiana, so I mean, I know Texas.
I'm 7 hours from Louisiana minimum.
Right. So, but I know you were out in Waco or something. So
I'm down in the Panhandle.
Oh, okay. Okay, but that's up. But up north.
I'm sorry, Big Bend. Big Bend. Wrong state. I was in the Panhandle of Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Big Bend.
I was like, that was okay. Yeah, but because each part of Texas has a different accent, so that's why I was trying to get a handle.
Yes, and I can do all 6 of them.
Oh, good. My favorite is Kilgore, where the Rangerettes are. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk like Kilgore, Texas. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Yeah. So now, I mean, this is where I would do it for you or anyone else who has an accent. Start with your regular voice and then go to whatever one afterwards, rather than trying to just start with the one that doesn't have the accent, because it prevents you from having all those emotional shifts that you might naturally have in your own real voice. That had more of a story.
We've actually learned that here.
What was that?
We've actually learned that here, haven't we, Michael?
Yeah, good. Yeah, always start with just that from other coaches and stuff, saying that it's just that you just find it out along the way. So it just so now let's see that now that you've done it in your regular voice, now see if you can do it without the accent, but still do everything that you did with the personality just then.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like. That
was fine. Yeah, I thought that was better. You just need to work on getting rid of pauses. So how many people, just raise your hand if you're a musician, singer, musician, whatever. So nobody in here? Thank you. So we got
does karaoke count?
It's close. Yeah, it means you're doing something. But what we're looking for is syncopation. Syncopation means that rather than everything going 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So rather than tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like. So tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like. See how it's now syncopated, it's unexpected. So you have to try to find that syncopation in your reads.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields.
You're taking breaths. So that's why this is where using your hands and gestures is going to be really, really crucial. But we're not going to work on that anymore for right now. But I think that's the more you put it in your body, the body does it, but the brain has to then go through the 3 different synapses. So it has that space. Well, there's just one synapse movement. So it saves you time by using gestures. So, okie dokie. So let's go to Tim. Thank you. It was good to hear all the different accents. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, buddy. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like. Oops.
Okay, so you're telling a cool dude cool information.
Yep.
Instead, what I want you to hear is tell the dumbass how to get his act together.
Okay. You got it. All right.
That's the arc of the story.
Yeah, okay.
You want to say Michael's name or something? And we can you can do that. He's
That's
muted.
okay. I might need it.
Dude.
You can use my name. I don't care.
No. Dude, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Now make him dumber so that you'll slow down on the client's name.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Dude.
Even before you do it, just go, dude.
Okay, dude. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Yeah, but now you don't think he's ever going to change. See how you're kind of pushing it a little too much?
Okay, got it.
Is that sometimes we pick somebody, we go, they're never going to change.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. And then you realize that sometimes they're not the person that we should be talking to, and you find somebody else. I mean, I could just on my walk to my studio, I passed like 4 people selling stuff. It was like, no, I just talked to them on the last street corner and this street corner, the same group. And they're going like, but I'm a new person. I said, yeah, but I already said no to the first 3. So leave me alone. So now I can even talk to them. Well, tomorrow morning, I'm going to walk on the other side of the street. That's what I'm going to do. So know that you're going to win.
Okay.
So whatever it is, just roll your eyes and slow down on the client's name. The best way to slow down is use 2 hands.
That's where I go like this.
Yeah, because it takes time.
Okay.
So you're letting your body do the work rather than your brain, because the brain's going to remember it after you've said the words.
Got it. Okay. Dude, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Yeah. Now I want you to relax it. You're pushing it too much.
Okay.
So just know that he's going to do it. What morning should taste like, dude.
I'm going to slouch in my chair a little bit here.
Okay. Shrug your shoulders a bunch.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Now just go, what mornings should taste like.
What mornings should taste like.
There you go. Just arrow it down. Good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but just be careful of pushing.
Okay, got it. No push. No push.
No pushing.
No pushing.
You're told no pushing. No. Okay, Michael.
All right. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Yeah, it's still too perfect.
Still too perfect?
Really, it's good, but I want it to be imperfect.
Okay.
So, and this is where it's dangerous. This is why we don't like to do it. This is why the majority of people who are in voiceover classes are just like, will I be boring if I don't do it right? And when am I interesting and when am I boring? We have to struggle with that. By being closer to us in a regular way, am I enough? Am I interesting just talking? And then that's where we have to then sort of connect all these other words to just how we are in real life. And this is how I think of it. If you have friends, you're interesting. Now, the Unabomber, a long time ago, lived off in a cabin by himself. He didn't have friends. So then he wasn't good for voiceovers. So, but if you have friends, you probably don't have to push it. So, so think of that one friend you would just casually have a conversation with. You can even say his name if you wanted.
I don't think he'd appreciate it much.
Okay.
Hey,
Say his
dude.
name backwards.
No, we usually just call each other dude anyway, so.
Dude.
Hey, dude. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, good. Now I want you to do it in slow motion. Do it as slowly as possible. See what happens. Just even go, dude.
Dude. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Now, I think of all the choices, should is the least interesting, because the branding is either about having it in the morning and that it's food that it tastes good. The should is just is okay, but I think the other two words have a better message.
Okay, I'll pull off the should more.
Yeah, and then either go to mornings or taste. And you can also point to where that is. Give everything a location.
Dude, tomorrow morning, start your day.
Don't push it so hard much. Tomorrow morning, dude. Just go, dude.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
No, just go, should taste like.
Should taste like. What mornings should taste like.
That's it. That's it. What mornings should taste like. You're either going to arrow up or arrow down or go straight out.
Mm-hmm.
But don't.
What mornings should taste like.
What mornings. Also try to find, what is that word? Oh, it's taste. What mornings should taste like. So that's another way to muck it up when you're playing real, so that you're coming up with the words just like we do in real life. I think part of the, I'm just going to read something to you that I thought was kind of funny, but it's it's something my sister sent me, but it just says a sign that she saw. I wonder where I left my keys. I wonder where I put my phone. I wonder where my money went. I am Wonder Woman. So that's why you have to be Wonder Man. I wonder what mornings I wonder should taste like. Yeah. So just do that last line and just wonder.
What mornings should taste like.
There, that's real. Yeah, now you're telling me a story. Now you're doing something that you're allowing me to take in the information and decipher it, rather than you saying, take it this way. So our job is to offer a suggestion, not a demand. Suggest it. Okay. And then that way we take in the information. Yeah, good. Now, if we're going to promos or something like that, it's a whole different style. And this is just to try to make it as real as possible. Okay, so
promos were our last special guest. We'll leave that there.
Ah, good. Okay. So let's go to Leonard.
No, we had Richard before me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Richard. Sorry, my bad, Richard. Sorry, you were like, no.
All right. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Can you do it like a whisper, like people are all around you and you don't want anyone to know your secret? Why are you so successful in life and I'm terrible? And you go, I eat bread and you don't.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
That's a cool read. Soften it even more whispery. Drop the pitch about 4 notes.
My kids would think I was sick if I did that.
You're just going to relax it.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Yeah, now it's real folksy. But I think that you should just take advantage of the folksy sound. You just say Smuckers. Just say Smuckers right now.
Smuckers.
Even that lower pitch. Smuckers.
Smuckers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but
Hey,
that's
you
it.
can't
You
see,
want
but
to
my
sort of,
hands are moving. I've got the camera too close. Here, if I moved it back, see, now I'm back far away. You can see I can't talk without moving my hands. So
perfect. I can't either. So that's what it's all about. Because actions, those are intentions. They add movement to our voice. If you don't use it, it sounds really stagnant. You have to gesture. You have to use the muscles. You have to have movement. Your mouth just has to stay in the same place. That's yeah, but that's it. So, but we have the head, the mask, and the chest voice. You want to use one of those so you have the lower voice. But you're sometimes you go from your mask to your head to your chest, and you have to just understand where that is at some point. So, okie doke.
Hey, Richard,
Now, thank
real quick, I just want to tell Richard something.
Yeah.
Whenever you're whispering like that, it really takes off something about your voice that I kind of didn't like. And it takes that off of there and it makes you a lot more authentic. I just noticed that really big time. So
good.
proud of
Gee,
myself.
thanks, Russ. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, but it just sounds approachable. Yeah, and then there's some people's voices that they have to push out a little bit more, and other ones you need to pull back, and that's why we're not alike. And this is where specs are going to get us in trouble. I think when I first was getting into it, I had to figure out myself, and when it would say high energy, I would add more energy to it, and it sounded like I was swinging off the rafters. It was like too energetic, but I was taking the direction. We have to take direction like the three bears. Is it too hot, too cold, or just right? So take the three bear approach to it and say, where in this do I need? So sometimes I don't have to do anything. That's just who I am. So if I layer that on top of it, it's going to be false. But we got to figure out who the heck we are. So that's why I think, what Russ was telling you is like, just pull it back some more. And that's going to be more of the voice that the mic's going to like. So.
And I do appreciate that. Thanks, Russ. Yeah, we've done a bunch of practicing with each other. So I always appreciate hearing somebody else's opinion. That's what helps a bunch. So I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Good. Excellent. Now we get to go to Leonard.
Yeah, okay. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Okay, good. Now, don't take this wrong.
Okay.
But if I was, but you will, but but we have a way of reading the copy that says I'm a winner or I'm a loser. You read it like you were a loser. And by that doesn't mean you're a loser. It just means that you don't think the person you're talking to is going to take your advice.
Got it.
So how can you make an adjustment? One way is to relax the muscles, to breathe. Maybe you need to find another person. We got to just do something different.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you try it again? Get another moment before. Well, and everything, what makes an authority is someone who does it so well. It looks effortless. So if they've asked you, how come you're so wonderful and their life sucks? You go, well, I eat bread.
Okay.
You should eat bread too. That's really the message.
Okay.
It's not brain surgery. It's just like, yeah, eat bread.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I know you're on paleo, but what the heck? Try it. Carbs are good.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Keep it all in your chest voice. Don't let your voice go high because that's when it sounds beggy.
Okay.
Keep it low.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
Keep going up. I don't want your voice to ever go high. I want all your reeds to go lower in pitch.
Tomorrow morning, start
No, don't
your
go
day.
up. Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Everything I want you to go like this with your sound.
Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what mornings should taste like.
There you go. you went from the losing read because that your voice went high to the winning read when your voice stayed low. Because sometimes our voice goes into a pitch that says I'm lying when it goes too high. Because it is lying. You never tried this. So it's a natural place that the logical side of our brain wants to take us. So the other one, just by changing it up, you got rid of that, and then it became truthful. So just be aware of how you use your pitch. And if it goes too high, is it appropriate or not? Yeah. So I would save those for what they call the other person, who's kind of the person who hasn't, in the testimonials, who hasn't used the product yet. And then the announcer comes in and says, look, dude, this is how you use it. The other one goes, I don't know how to use it. What the heck is going on? You save it for those characters. And they have those in e-learning too. Okay. Good. Let's try Anthony.
There I am. Okay. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields, what morning should taste like.
Okay. So how far away is the person from you that you're talking to? You think?
I guess to be kind of near?
It sounded like they were like 2 rooms away.
Okay. It might be.
You were shouting it. No, but just bring it down. That microphone can pick up your hair growing.
Got it.
Yeah. So you don't have to make it so big.
Okay.
Because this is where if you see the specs that it's going to be at some sort of rave with loud music going on, techno music going on in the background. Yeah, that's appropriate. But most spots aren't, especially if it's TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so go again?
Yeah, really quiet.
Okay. Tomorrow morning?
Okay, watch out for that high pitch thing.
Okay.
That we just
keep it down.
That we talked about. Tomorrow morning. Just go, hey dude. Just do this, hey dude. It's sort of like, hey.
Hey dude. Hey dude. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Fields whole wheat bread. Golden Fields. What morning should taste like.
Now, don't emphasize the should. Either emphasize the morning or taste.
Okay.
But that was so much better.
Okay, so emphasize mornings.
If one or the other, but don't do the should.
Got it.
The should is going to be implied through attitude. So you don't have to emphasize it because it doesn't really have a copy point in it.
Okay. Hey, dude. Tomorrow morning, start your day with Golden Field whole wheat bread. Golden Fields. What mornings should taste like.
There you go. That answered that solved a problem. So
Okay.
much better. So just keep that volume for the majority of your work.
Okay, just this volume right here.
Yeah, that's all you need. Your mic is picking it up fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. It's really good. Good. So, do you guys have any questions to ask me during this time? You guys are all brilliant.
Working together. No. There we go.
Yeah.
I was just going to say thanks so much for your time being here today. It was so much appreciated. It's funny. I literally just bought your book like a day or so ago because I'm going on a long trip and it's going to be about 10 hours of being on airplanes. And I went, oh, this one sounds really good to read. So now I've got a person or whatever behind it. How often do you upgrade your books? I know this one, I did buy the 4th edition.
It just was upgraded in January.
In January?
So it's brand new. So and one of the things that's really nice about this version of it, besides it being updated, I added some more scripts to it, and I interviewed a ton of people in the industry that tells you about what kind of microphones they use, some of their tricks and tips in the various parts of the industry. So a lot of my friends, information is in there as well. But what I would suggest as you read through it, I wrote it as a textbook. So that it's like a 15-week course. So at my school, I teach a class called By the Book, and it's a 24-hour class, 2 full weekends. So it's to go through it to learn techniques. So it's very in depth. So as you read it, what you should do is read it and then disturb the people around you by doing gestures and trying stuff out, rather than just reading it and going, because then it won't be necessary. Now you can do it kind of quietly, which I want you to then use the movements, use some of the, the stuff that's suggested in there. They will think you're a little crazy, but maybe they'll give you more arm space.
Well,
You
it's
get
all red eye flight, so they may not want me talking to them at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but you can sort of do the whisper and just move the mouth and just try it out. But
I
don't.
definitely do
It's
that.
not intended to be just read and then put down. It is something to read, work on, think about, go on to the next thing. And it's set up in 3 sections. So you have the getting ready part, so that you're learning the techniques, and then you have the application of putting the techniques in the script, and then the last part you have the business and marketing part of it. So that's how, just so that you know how to take it in.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Someone else.
Does anybody else have any other questions for Elaine while she's here?
When submitting auditions, do you suggest maybe sending in 2 takes to give them 2 different reads at least?
If it's
give them one.
If it's a tagline, give them 3, an ABC read, but it has to tell a different story. So so you have like the 3 stories that I mentioned before. Then you also have proximity to the microphone. You also have different speeds. So if you're going to do it, you need to show something that's different. You're throwing spaghetti on the wall saying, one of these I want to get hired by one of these. Then if it's a longer script, 1 is usually sufficient, unless you're just going, I don't know whether it should be this other way or not. Then give them 2.
Okay.
But if it's a super long, like you have a 2-page corporate narration, they want you to send in 1 is plenty.
Okay.
So I actually have this problem of keeping my hands to my side when I'm talking, when I'm running, when I'm walking, where they barely move. I'm actually trying to use my hand now because of what you had been saying, is using your hands to help with conversation. But it doesn't feel natural to me.
Okay, well, this is where in the Adding Melody to Your Voice app, that I have this video to download, and then it has the word emphasis chart. Let me see if I can get it where
it won't show us.
There we go. The word emphasis chart. So you have all these different ways that you can use gestures specifically. And then I have a place where you can practice them. And then in the practice, like I'll just try to show you, like that one has a dot on the word insurance. So I would read it, watch my hands now. Who does insurance best? So I'm going to record myself. I'll do it the wrong way. Who does insurance best? And then I can play it back. I'll do it the wrong way. Who does insurance best? Okay, but then I can listen to me doing it. Who does insurance best? Who does insurance best? And then you go, oh, I can delete that. So there are 21 lessons that you can practice, but you need to watch. It's called Adding Melody to Your Voice. The app is free, but the video training is 16 and a half minutes, and that's $9.99. You need to watch the video for it to make sense, but it complements the book. The Activate Your Voice app, which looks like this, is that's 99 cents, and it's a 5-minute voice and diction exercise. And the reason why I made it, because so many people trail off at the end, and we talked about that earlier. And so you have to sustain a sound for 10 to 12 seconds, and you have to work on your resonators, your articulators, so that it's solving a problem for you. That's why I created it, because I just got tired of saying the same thing over and over again. So I have it in the book and I have it in the apps so that you can move forward with it.
So one more question. So I should always start with my natural accent, trying to do a read before I do neutral.
So that you allow your personality in first, and then go to the next part. So this is where if we were starting out, we wanted to have a West Texas accent, we would start with our real voice and then we put on the West Texas. So we would add it on later. But if I start with it now, I'm going to sound cartoony, you know, because I'm starting it and it's something that just puts a wall up that we can't hear ourselves, you know, that we can't allow our personalities to come forward.
I've worked so hard to get rid of this accent, and
Well, you can talk like that and you're creating sort of a character that doesn't have the accent. So you can book more jobs. Well, one of the reasons why I was in the Loop group, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and I was a dispatcher in Mafia 3 is because I grew up in Louisiana and they needed a Louisiana accent. So whatever you have can be an asset later on. Yeah, you just have to figure out how to apply it. You know, it doesn't work for everything, but it works. You know, Sam Elliott does a wonderful Texas accent. And he has never changed it. It is gorgeous.
From Nebraska.
Is he from Nebraska?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Well, shuckins. Okay.
I just had a general comment. It's fascinating to me that how much your logical side wants to take over, because a lot of the things that I learn, I keep relearning.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of this is just reminding myself, oh yeah, slow down. There's a story. Who am I talking to? What's the music? How do I find I keep running into this, and it's like, there's my logical side again, because I can read the page. Apparently that's enough for me.
Right. And you need, knowing that is your wall, that you have to really work on getting that to that emotional place first, not as an afterthought.
Yeah.
So that becomes comfortable, because right now it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you have to retrain your brain. You have to retrain your emotions to come out. So it's that familiarity. And I have a great quote from my agent in San Francisco about the right and left brain, and how that he goes into it in the book. That is a great reminder about what we need to do. So it's
I
for
think
everyone.
I carve out like a special place for commercial, because when I do animation or video games, it's whatever. But commercial, for some reason, since I'm selling something, and probably because of the way the copy's written, I fall right back into logical. I don't treat it the same as the others.
Yeah, I don't. I think about the words not being important. The story is, and just start digging deeper into the message, because the other is just so surface. Anyone can do it, and whatever your voice sounds like, there are hundreds of people, if not thousands, who have a similar kind of voice. But you're the only one with your personality, with your history of life experiences to share with us. That's what makes you special, and that's what you have to tell yourself every time that you're working. This is time for me to come out, not just my voice, not just my logic, but me. And that's why it's acting is a very vulnerable place.
So I want to ask you a question, Elaine. Since I downloaded your app, I wanted to ask you this question, and that was a few months ago. But when you're speaking with a pencil in your mouth, I relate that to a batter holding like 3 bats and then going up to the plate with 1.
Yes.
Is that what it's about?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's about adding resistance, so your lip and your tongue work harder than they need to, so that when you remove the obstacle, it's easier.
Okay.
Because we don't like to open our mouths. The microphone likes a round sound, but we like to talk closed off. So it's forcing you to create a round sound. And I've had a lot of my students who then have done little tests to see if they didn't warm up and read copy for auditions, or they warmed up and read the copy for auditions. It just takes 5 minutes, and their booking ratio goes up after they warmed up.
Okay. I was just curious.
Because it has more information that sticks, and there's more trust in yourself and your voice and what you're doing. But it's just a lot of them. And I had another one that was really kind of interesting. It was that I was just so pleased to hear. This friend has a child with Down syndrome, and the child quit talking about 3 years ago. And but she knows that the child can still speak because she uses the app every day to make the sounds. So, so then she just let me know at a recent gathering and said, "Thank you. I know that she can talk, but then when her sister went off to college, she reacted to do it this way and decided not to speak anymore. But this is why she can. And thank you for creating the app, because now I know that she can do it." So it was like, that was an added bonus I was not counting on. But I think that's the thing of all. So
It's
that's
new marketing area.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was wondering too, when you seem to get to the bottom of these questions of these stories, like when you first said, okay, there's a question here, I'm racking my brain like crazy going, what is the question? And then all of a sudden you just rattle it off and go, oh, it makes perfect sense. I can't, is there some kind of trick that you do that gets you to that question?
Yeah, well, that's where, yes. I mean, part of it is just years of doing this.
Yeah.
Nearly 40 years of doing voiceover, that it's kind of second nature, but it's in here, it's in the book. And that's why you find a lot of it is, especially for the theater people, I struggled with how to take my theatricality, which, and the time it takes to rehearse a play and perform it, to then be able to do something within seconds that sounds like an opening performance. And that's why I created the trademark style called Making It Mine. And that's about adding subtext. It's your motivation, your moment before, intentions, which are gestures, need, which is the reason why you're saying it, and the emotions. So that's something I teach a full, a 12-hour class on that. And it makes the logical side of the brain is so confused by it. It hates it. But the creative side goes, whoa, that's what I've been waiting for, man. That's so cool. Can I use it? I'm afraid to use it. I'll try to use it. Maybe I can use it. I don't know. It goes through all those little iterations. So that's where I just knew that I needed to find a better, faster way. And that's how I did it. And that's what I provide people.
Yeah, I need to read the book again now that I've got a lot more knowledge about what's going on. I read it when I first started, and a lot of it went over my head. So maybe I would get it more now.
Yeah, and that's why I just read a little bit at a time, read even like a page or two, and then sit down and practice that. Read another page or two, practice that.
Yeah, it takes
because it's dense with information. And it's kind of funny because I had one Amazon review just said, well, I didn't like the book because I couldn't read it in one sitting. So so that's why, but that's why I said I wrote it as a 15-week college course, because it is being used in colleges and universities and high schools too. So that it gives you full communication skills, and it helps you understand stuff, because voiceover is probably the hardest of all the acting styles out there, because it's about every single syllable being important and being brilliant all the way through. And most people do what's called an in and out read. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. There's good stuff and bad stuff, and it has to be edited together. And you might have experienced that on your own. When you go, I like this part. Why is that part, boring? This part's really good. I wish I could make everything interesting. And that's why you just have to keep on working at it until, and even now I listen to stuff and I go, well, that part's really good, but my musicality isn't really right there. But knowing what areas of the business need to be worked on is really important. And at first we're just overwhelmed with words.
Yeah.
And that's why I think every 5 years that you're in the business, you have a new epiphany of how to do it, because it's a discovery of yourself that most businesses don't allow. And so you then realize, oh, if I just use my hands like this, I book more jobs. And then you go, wow, I'm booking more jobs. And all of a sudden that style goes away and you go, that's not working anymore. I have to find something else about myself. And then you have that new style. Yeah. And then it just keeps evolving until you decide that you don't want to be in the business anymore. But until the day you die, if you continue to be in it, you will continue to find new stuff that you can do, because it's about adding your personality, your life experiences, your movements, your all the stuff that makes you into it. And that's evolving every day, every minute, every hour.
Well, I'll tell you one of our other coaches that came on wanted to know what the main thing we got from them. And the main thing I got from you was this baby bear, mama bear thing, where it just made me realize that what other people's problems are, what they're doing is not the same as mine, because when we do our mic check regularly, we kind of approach it like we all need to do this, and then, but what we need to do is say, we all need to do it like this, but put our own twist on it, and allow whatever we are to deal with that.
Yeah, just like we had some that needed to turn up the microphone, other ones needed to turn it down.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's so simple, but
we're trying to find the sweet spot, and the sweet spot is different for us. And part of it is equipment, part of it is just the volume, natural volume of our voice, and the other one is a day-to-day thing. There are days that I have terrible mouth noises. I had some sort of salty food, and it is just wreaking havoc. And then other days, none whatsoever. There are days that I go, look at the script and go, oh, so easy. And then other days I go, I don't have a clue what that is. What the heck is that? So we never stay in that sweet spot constantly. We have to then realize if we're in the sweet spot or not in the sweet spot. And that's an issue.
Do you just give it up on the mouth noises days and say, I'll come back tomorrow, or?
No, it just means I have to edit more, or then I'll just go eat a green apple. And I go, oh man, why today? But part of it is like knowing that maybe I have a long narration I have to record. And sometimes tension and time constraints and other stuff make you crackle, more because you put pressure on yourself. Nerves make you crackle.
That's for sure.
So, and it's stuff you can tell yourself not to be nervous or not to have pressure, but it's still there,
Yeah, well, you never stop. You never stop judging yourself.
No, and you'll have good days and you'll have bad days. In the 70s, we used to call it biorhythms. So we had it sort of went like that. So you have to go, I'm at the top, I'm at the bottom. I'm somewhere in the middle. It's like, but it's like always going like this.
Exactly.
And just knowing where you fall in it is really important. And you go, I'm at the bottom of this. I got to really work on my energy level. And other ones like, I am so energetic. And of course, this is the day they want it calm.
Yeah.
Why couldn't that have been yesterday?
So, Elaine, I know we're running a little bit over on time here. I wanted to ask you one more
where to get her apps too.
Yeah, I was going to ask, would you go ahead and give us your business information, where we can get in contact with you about any coaching services, where we can find your book, and how we can find your apps?
Okay, should I do that now, or I can just
go ahead and let us know. Yeah, just go ahead and tell us.
Okay, I'll tell you. So if you're interested in a coaching services, you can email me at elaineclarkvo@gmail.com. So elaineclarkvo@gmail.com. If for the apps, you can look under Elaine Clark in the App Store and then Google Play. And the app names are Activate Your Voice is the 5-minute voice and diction app, and Adding Melody to Your Voice is the one where you download the video to watch, and it shows you where all the gestures are and how they have an impact on the tempo and rhythm of your stuff. So that one, and then you have a practice area in that, and then so they're at the App Store, at the Apple App Store, and at Google Play, and then you can get the book through Amazon.com. Yeah.
All right. Thank you
What's the
so
name of the
much. The name of the book is
Where Your Mouth Is. Oh, you can go ahead and say it. Say it again.
The name of the book is There's Money Where Your Mouth Is. So go ahead and check that out on Amazon. Well, this is going to end the recorded portion of the mic check. We'll see everybody next week, and we'll let you know if we have any other special guests coming up. So stay tuned.
Good. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right. Thank you so much, Elaine. This was amazing. Join us every Monday for free script practice. You can also find the mic check on Facebook and Twitter. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.
Look at this!